Hi, everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday, February 11th, 2022. If you knew why we were laughing, you laugh even harder. It's time for Stefanie Drysdale's weekly cybersecurity recap, number 110. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So take it away, Ms. Stefanie.
Security this week shared the 4 types of remote workers your security awareness program must address. It described 4 employee personas to consider as you review and update your security awareness program. First is employees as first offenders. So these are the early warning system for your core team in the Security Operations Center. So you want to make it easy for them to express any concerns about something that they've seen or experienced, and think about how they can quickly reach your information security team directly via either a phone call or chat to alert them. Second would be employees as people. People get distracted, we get tired, we make mistakes. Instead of boring multiple choice security awareness training exercises just once a year, organizations have found it more effective to have steady, ongoing training throughout the year, in addition to notifications and alerts for users to reconsider potentially risky actions or behaviors. Third would be employees as parents. So employees with families have found the last 2 years especially challenging. None of us signed up to do our own tech support at home or to enforce corporate grade security rules within our home environments. And we didn't sign up for sometimes unusual working hours and significant increased stress while trying to be both an employee and a parent during the pandemic. So offer to help those employees, show them how and the why to securing their work devices and their home devices. And last is employees as threats. Whether accidental or intentional, your security awareness content should account for both. Training should include potential scenarios involving both internal and external threat actors, more than just don't do this, but if you see this, here's what to do. This can be a good opportunity to explain exactly why your organization reserves the right to monitor employees. And even in environments where you may be less concerned about insider risk, ensure that your training also includes a third-party angle for those in your team who work with external partners. ZDNet shared an article titled "Modified AirTags Pose Major Privacy Concerns, Especially for Android Users." So I won't go too deep into this as we've talked about AirTag stalking before, but it is worth noting that as modified versions of these devices become more readily available, they also become more difficult to detect, especially with their speakers disabled or visual alterations that make them harder to recognize. So researchers are urging Apple to factor these exploits into their future production to make those alterations more difficult, as well as options for reporting AirTags that are being misused. In the meantime, if you happen to find an unwelcome device, you can render it helpless by simply removing the battery. William Sequoia Slater shared Bleeping Computer's article titled "FBI Warns of Fake Job Postings Used to Steal Money and Personal Info." With the Great Resignation prompting a lot of movement in the job market, the FBI is warning us all to be careful when interacting with potential employers that might actually be scammers. So it gave tips on how to protect yourself from hiring scams, advising job seekers to verify those job ads found on networking sites by reaching out directly to the company's HR department or on its official website. They also recommended only providing PII and financial info in person or on a video call, and only after that verification is completed. It also suggested that we be on the lookout for one or more of the following indicators to give away those fake job scammers: interviews not conducted in person or through secure video call, interviews conducted via teleconference applications that use email addresses instead of phone numbers, potential employers contacting the victims through non-company email domains and teleconference applications, potential employers requiring employees to purchase startup equipment from the company or requesting your credit card information, job postings appearing on job boards but not on the company's websites, and recruiters or managers that don't have profiles on the job board or profiles that just don't seem to fit their roles. So if you should fall prey to such a scam, you should report it to IC3 or your local FBI field office. I'll be sure to link those for you all below. And just right around the corner on Monday is Valentine's Day. If you are taking a risk and getting your Valentine a tech gift instead of the traditional flowers and jewelry, make sure that's the only risk and that you're choosing devices that get regular security updates and the brands have a history of good security practices. And of course, the less data that they require from you, the less that they could be breached potentially. So that's what I have for you all this week. Have a lovely weekend. Stay well, and I will look forward to seeing you all next Friday.